This man is a Pete Burns fan and would prefer his identity to remain anonymous. We shall refer to him simply as Rosa Levy.
Well, my fascination for Pete Burns probably goes back into the mid-80s, and I think Pete was a lot more sexier. He had a lot of sort of charismatic appeal, a lot more than people like, say, Boy George, who was also around at the same time. I mean, Boy was something that you could sort of take home and show to mother, whereas I think Pete had a lot more attitude.
And so when did you start collecting all this?
Probably when I was around 13 or 14, back in the days of high school. Just avid reader of smash hits magazine.
And you still got it here, which surprises me.
It's a bit sad, really, isn't it? But when you go to so much trouble to collect all this tat, I mean, even things from England, you sort of don't really want to throw them away, you sort of kind of attached to them. Well, let's see, here's an very early article, and you can see that there used to be 4 members in the band, and you can see them here. You've got sort of Pete here, looking like a cat, and then you've got Tim Lever. This one was Mike Percy, baldish sort of chap up the top, and this guy here, Steve Coy, he's apparently still in the band.
It's Steve and I, and whoever we choose to work with at the time. I don't want a rigid lineup because I think that most people who are professional musicians suffer from what I call the greed factor. They want massive commercial success. They'll do anything to get it. That's what they go into it for. If that happens to me, and it has happened before, that's just a bonus. That's not the main motivation. I'm not that passionate about being a professional musician. That's just something I do. I still haven't found the niche in life that everybody looks for, where you think, oh, I want to dedicate my entire life to doing this. Music's something I do at the moment. It's just a means to an end. I enjoy doing it, but working with other musicians who have spent all their life strumming away on a bass guitar, I feel that they become unhappy, and when I sense that unhappiness, I feel guilty, and when I feel guilty, I just think, piss off. Go and do something else. And Steve's like the manager now, because I find it very difficult to work with ordinary managers, and he's also the producer and co-writer. It's better like that. We're just responsible for ourselves. We're not carrying anybody else's responsibilities. Just not ready for it. Well, I've got this idea now that anybody who's going to work in the music industry, because it's probably the toughest and straightest industry that you will work in. I mean, the media people and things aren't so narrow-minded, but largely the record company people I've dealt with, apart from my Australian record company, are all particularly twisted, bitter people, really old men who have strange attitudes. And I've forgotten the question. I just ramble. Oh God, I forgot the question. I always thought being in the music industry was about self-expression, and it appears to me that it's largely not self-expression. But I've been allowed more than most.
I liked him back then, but I didn't think much of him when he was at Sleaze. Just sort of walked around, arms up and stuff. I didn't think the performance was particularly inspiring.
We got there pretty early. He was supposed to come on at 12. Didn't come on until about 1:30. And then played a whole bunch of old songs and about 2 songs off the new CD. Probably played for maybe about 45 minutes. Wished it was longer, but he said that the floors in Australia weren't meant for high heels, and he wanted to get off the stage before he fell into another hole.
I don't know, maybe my drugs hadn't kicked in or something, but it was a bit flat.
Well, you know, I came here and I was talking to a lot of the ordinary press, the ordinary media, and they were going, oh, do you know what, you let yourself into the sleazeball. People's attitude was as though I was going to be really shocked. All I can say about sleazeball is anything I saw at sleazeball I've seen before, because we have similar events in London all over the world. And all I can say about sleazeball is the audience is fantastic, and the organisation was far superior to any event like that I've done before. The people who organised the staging, the whole thing was very, very organised. I didn't get a chance to see much of sleazeball. I did 2 numbers and then went home. You know, I looked at the club a little bit. It was great fun. I think it's a positive thing that people come together in that huge amount. You know, they all get together, they can let their hair down once in a while. I don't know how this country runs. It seems to me like that is a really, really big annual event. We have monthly things like that to go on in London. And if that's a yearly event here, it's a necessary thing where people can express themselves and dress up and get ripped and fall over. Nobody gets hurt. There's nothing bad goes on there. So it was really